Hey guys, it's Dr. Josh here today. Today we're going to talk about the magic of sleep. Now, sleep is one of the absolute most powerful tools that we all possess. It can help to just improve our health and can help us to live long, happy lives, or it can negatively impact our health, right? So we want to make sure that we're getting the best quality sleep that we can possibly get. And I'm going to walk you through how we do that here in this video. So the magic of sleep is pretty amazing, right? If I told you that there was a drug that could help decrease your pain, decrease your stress, boost your immune system, boost your energy, and balance your hormones, you would either tell me I'm a crazy person or you would want to do everything that you could possibly do to get that drug, right? Well, the good news is you don't have to take a pill, you don't have to do an injection, you don't have to take any type of crazy drug. You just have to get good quality, consistent sleep. And for a lot of people, that can be kind of an elusive thing, right? A lot of people come into my clinic and tell me that they don't really have that great of sleep. But I'm going to walk you through my sleep hygiene habits, right? These are the tools that I use with my patients to help them just improve their quality of sleep. And look, this isn't some magic pill. There's no magic pill that can fix your sleep. You got to just implement these sleep hygiene habits over time, and over time your body will start to get better sleep, right? You just have to be consistent with this stuff. So there's no magic pill, right? Things like sleep medications like Ambien and Lunesta, they are not a magic sleep pill. They don't actually help to improve your sleep or improve your quality of sleep. They actually are what we call like a hypnotic. They just make you forget how bad of a night of sleep you actually had. And that's a reason why there's a black box warning label on Ambien. That's why there's guidelines out there now that warn against the prescription of Ambien. Studies are showing that sleep drugs like Ambien actually increase chances of heart attack or cardiovascular events, that increase the risk of Alzheimer's disease. So they're not really safe and they don't help improve your sleep, so they're not really a good tool. Right? The best tools are going to be to implement these sleep hygiene habits over time and just be consistent with them. Right, so let's go over my sleep hygiene habits. First thing that we have to do is we've got to set a bedtime, right? I tell people that we have to treat sleep as something that's precious, right? If anyone's ever had a baby, a newborn baby, sleep is like the most precious thing in the world. I have a 2-year-old. I have gone through this, right? So when you have an infant or a newborn, you want to make sure that you just have a nice, consistent nighttime routine, right? You want to put the baby to sleep at the same time. You want to wake the baby up at the same time or get the baby up at the same time, right? You got to treat yourself like you would treat an infant. We want to set a bedtime that gives you 7 to 9 hours of sleep, and we want to make sure that we wake up at the same time every day, even on the weekends. Now, if you tell me that you need less than 7 hours of sleep at night, or you only need 5 hours of sleep at night, I'm going to call you out on that BS because you're not functioning at your best. You need at least 7 to 9 hours of sleep. Every single sleep study in the world has shown that to perform optimally, for our brain to work optimally, for our body to recover optimally, we got to have enough sleep. And 5 hours is never enough, right? So set a bedtime, wake up at the same time every day. Make sure that you set your bedtime so that you have at least 7 to 9 hours of sleep. Another tool that we can use is to dim the lights in our house 1 to 2 hours before bed. Right? You don't have to turn all the lights off and live like a zombie at night or live like a vampire at night, but make the lights darker in your house so that they're not so bright. If you have to put dimmers on some of the lights in your main living areas, then do that because it will reduce your exposure to blue light. Blue light is the wavelength of light that comes from things like electronics and most forms of overhead lighting. And this blue light frequency will mess with our circadian rhythm. It will mess with the area of our brain that secretes a hormone called melatonin, which signals that it's dark outside. So we want to make it as dark inside as we possibly can without it being like unlivable. So dim the lights 1 to 2 hours before bed to help signal our brain that, hey, it's time to shut things down. It's time to start making these sleepy hormones, right? Next thing we want to do is don't eat any big meals a couple hours before bed and don't exercise a couple hours before bed. When you eat a big meal, your body has to digest and process that food, and it can mess with your body's ability to relax and to calm things down. Same with exercise. You don't want to get a bunch of endorphins go rushing through your body and getting you energized. So no exercise, no big meals, no meals that consist of a bunch of simple carbs a couple hours before bed. We also want to cut caffeine use after lunchtime, after about noon, right? Caffeine is probably one of the most used drugs there is in the entire world. Look, I love my coffee every morning. I look forward to drinking it, but I try to not have any coffee after the morning, right? I cut it off earlier than lunch, but at least cut your coffee off after lunch. Coffee has a half-life of about 7-8 hours. So what that means is if you have a standard coffee, that's 200 milligrams of coffee, half that coffee, 100 milligrams, is still going to be circulating through your body 7-8 hours after you drink it. So you're still going to have that stimulatory effect even as you're winding down in the day at 8-9 p.m., okay? So you want to back off on the coffee. Next things that we can do is make our room really cold. We have to drop our body temperature to get in a deep restful state at night. So make your room cold, set it between 65 to 68 degrees, and make sure that you're sleeping with as little amount of clothes on as possible so that your body temperature can drop and cool down. And you also want to make sure that your room is as dark as you possibly can make it, right? We talked about light exposure. It can mess with your brain's circadian rhythm, which is your sleep-wake cycle. And then we want to also have some type of routine. Like I mentioned with setting a bedtime, right? Treat yourself like a baby, right? Treat yourself like an infant. You always give an infant a nice warm bath to help them, let them know that, hey, it's sleepy time after bath, right? So do the same thing to yourself. It'll also help to drop your core body temperature, because what it does is it dilates all the blood vessels in your extremities and helps you to dissipate some of that heat so that your core body temperature can drop down so that you can get into a deep restful sleep state. So take a hot bath or a hot shower like 30 minutes before bed, and then what you can do is when you get in bed, make it as dark as you possibly can. Don't flip around on your phone because you're going to get exposed to that blue light wavelength that can mess with your circadian rhythm. But instead, read a boring book. Some fiction can be good as long as it doesn't make your brain go to some exciting place, right? So find a nice boring book to read, and it can help to just calm things down and give you something to have as a part of a bedtime routine, just like you would treat a baby. And then one of the supplements that I do like that is helpful for sleep is going to be magnesium glycinate. It's something I take every single night. I take about 400 milligrams of it every night, about an hour before bed, and it can just help to relax our muscles and calm our nervous system down. So these are my sleep hygiene habits that I use every single night. If you ever check out my Instagram, I'll put up Oura Ring Data Shots, which is an amazing sleep tracker. It's this little ring here, and you'll see that I sleep like a boss every single night because I do all this stuff. So there's no magic pill, right? You just have to implement these simple habits every single night, and you can get some amazing sleep that can help decrease your pain, your stress, boost your immune system and your energy, and balance your hormones. Right, so there's my simple sleep hygiene habits. If you have any more questions, head over to HansonComplete.com, and I look forward to speaking with you soon. Have a great day.